In this video, we're going to be solving a Codewars problem called find maximum and minimum values of a list. Here's the challenge. Your task is to make two functions, max and min, that take an array of integers as inputs and outputs and find the largest and lowest number in that array. Okay, here's some examples. This array uses the max method, so as you can see, 566 is the largest number, so it returns it. The next array uses the minimum method. As you can see, minus 110 is the lowest number, so it returns it. And the next array only has one integer, which is 5, so it returns 5. And the last array uses the minimum method. As you can see, 0 is the lowest number, so it returns it. So right here they give us two functions called minimum and maximum, which takes a list as a parameter. Before we even begin, we're going to change both functions to arrow functions to make the code more compact. Now let's copy and paste the code to VS Code so we can test it out with the console. We're going to use the math object, which has a minimum and maximum method, which is used to get the largest or smallest number on a list of numbers. Let's start off with minimum. So here's the math object.min. That's how we access the minimum method. And then we pass in the list, so it should return the minimum number from the list. Let's do the same below for the max function. Math object.max. Then we pass in the list. This should return the maximum number from the list. First, we call the minimum function within the console log so that we can access it within the console. Next, we pass it a random list of numbers in an array as its argument so that it has a list to search from. Now we'll do the same for the maximum function. As you can see, the smallest number is 5, so the minimum function should return 5, and the largest number is 940, so the maximum function should return 940. Let's test it out. Now let's open up our console and type node followed by the name of the file, which is test.js. As you can see, the output says not a number twice. This is because the math object reads the list as an entity and doesn't spread out the numbers individually. To change this, we'll add a spread operator to the list in both functions. Now let's use node to test it out again. So node test.js. As you can see, the minimum function returns the smallest value, which is 5, and the maximum function returns the largest value, which is 940. Now that we're all done, let's copy the code and paste it in Codewars to test it out. As you can see, we've passed the test with flying colors. Thank you for watching the video, guys.